to this landmark event, as we come together to embark on an extraordinary journey that will shape the future of artificial intelligence for Bharat. This day marks a pivotal moment in our nation's pursuit of technological excellence as we set out to harness the transformative power of AI to address some of the most pressing challenges of our time. I am Dr. Rumani Srivastav, a dentist by profession and a PhD scholar at Center for Digital Health, IIT Bombay, and your host for today. I now request the guests to stand as we commence our program with a traditional lighting of the lamp. This sacred ritual symbolizes the removal of darkness and arrival of knowledge. I invite the dignitaries on the stage to please join us at the front to perform this honor.
शुभं करोति कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शुभं करोति कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं करोति कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शुभं करोति कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमो.
Thank you for that beautiful moment. I request the dignitaries to please take their place on the dais. Now, it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce our dignitaries. Please join me in welcoming Hon'ble Minister of Education, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, under whose dynamic vision and guidance this entire project of AI CoE has been envisioned and rolled out. Please welcome Secretary Higher Education, Shri Sanjay Murthy ji, who chairs the Apex Committee, and it's under his tutelage that the project is being implemented. Please join. We have amongst us Shri Sridhar Vembu, founder and CEO Zoho Corporation. Dr. Vembu is the driving force behind Zoho, a successful software company, and is now a major player in the global software market. He has received several accolades, including the Padma Shri Award. We have the pleasure of having with us Shri Rajan Anandanji, MD Peak XV Partners and Search. Shri Rajan joined Secure from Google, where he led the company's India and Southeast Asia businesses for 8 years. He is also one of India's most prolific angel investors and has partnered with many early-stage startups across a wide range of sectors over the last decade. Please join me in welcoming Shri Shrikant Nadamuniji, CEO Khosla Labs. Shri Nadamuni is the Aadhaar architect and has co-founded Khosla Labs, a startup incubator, in 2012. He is also the chairman of 10bedicu.org, an organization dedicated to creating ICU facilities in rural areas. We have with us Dr. Praveen Pankajakshanji, head Cropin AI Labs. Dr. Praveen holds the position of Chief Scientist and Head AI at Cropin, an agri-tech pioneer. At Cropin, he spearheaded the efforts to combine artificial intelligence, earth observation, and agricultural science to innovate and drive sustainable agricultural practices. Apart from the Apex committee members on the dais, we have amongst our ranks Shri Shankar Venugopalji, Shri Abhinav Shashank, Dr. Shri Ram Rajamani, Dr. Manish Gupta, and Dr. Lalitesh Katargadda, who could not join us today and have contributed substantially to the phase 1 of AI CoEs. Besides the Apex committee members, please also join me in welcoming our guests on stage, Shri Anil Sahasrabuddheji, Chairman, National Education Technology Forum, who has previously held the prestigious position of Chairman AICTE. Please also join me in welcoming Shri Abhishek Singh, Additional Secretary METI. He is a career civil servant with more than 25 years of experience of governance and policy formulation. He specializes in the use of technology for improving governance. Next, we will have a briefing on the progress of the project for AI Centers of Excellence in Healthcare, Agriculture and Sustainable Cities. I invite Ms. Soumya Gupta ji, Joint Secretary Higher Education, to share insights into the development so far. Over to you, ma'am.
Sir, I'd also like to introduce Rumani. She's a dentist by profession and she's pursuing her PhD at IIT Bombay. She's our host for the day. Hon'ble Education Minister Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Secretary Higher Education Shri Sanjay Murthy ji, respected dignitaries on the stage, directors of India's foremost educational institutions, our brilliant PIs and researchers, startup and industry partners, leaders from civil society, seniors and colleagues from Government of India, worthy members of the media, a very good morning to you all. I will quickly recapitulate for you the genesis and the implementation process for this project, which has brought us to this day. The project was approved by the budget announcements in 2023. I'm actually going to read out this para, and you'll know why in a minute. The intent was to set up three centers of excellence in top educational institutions. These institutions were to partner with, not to cooperate with, not to collaborate with, leading industry partners. Partner with the industry partners to do interdisciplinary research, develop cutting-edge applications, and scalable problem solutions to galvanize an effective AI ecosystem and nurture quality human resources in the field. With the government's intent, ladies and gentlemen, being so clear, we had our job cut out, nearly too easy. To begin with, our secretary briefed our educational institutions and our industry doyens multiple times, and we took their advice on how to draft or call for proposals, one which ensures accountability of outcomes and yet leaves ample scope for flexibility and creativity. We also set up a stellar apex committee, as you can see on the screen, and then our job became even easier. The problem statement, that is the real life problems which these centers will try to address, these were the gateway to the competitive process of bidding. Our educational institutions formed consortiums, and 55 of these consortiums participated. At the first level, 11 consortiums were selected to give a proof of concept in 6 months. And finally, fast forward to this day, 3 consortiums are being announced today to set up the centers of excellence. The consortiums will be presenting to you, sir, in a few minutes. And as you see, sir, it's the who's who of the arena. We are hopeful, sir, that having the users, the corporates, the governmental agencies, the NGOs as partners from the drawing board stage itself will lead to solutions which are practical in terms of scalability and rollout in a country of our complexity. The Ministries of Agriculture, Health, Urban Affairs, and obviously METI have been integral members on our Apex committee, sir, to ensure synergies and avoid duplication of efforts in a whole of government approach. Sirs, Rumani has already introduced you to the dignitaries on the dais. It is my honor to mention, sir, that we have in our midst the director of AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, IIT Ropar, IIT Hyderabad, MNIT Jaipur, On behalf of the directors of IIT Kanpur and IIT Gandhinagar who are traveling, we have Dr. Sachidanand Tripathi and Dr. Amit Prashant. We are also honored to have Dr. Nikhil Tandon from AIIMS Delhi. All of these people are minor celebrities in their own right, sir, and require no introduction. Speaking of celebrities, sir, we also have as industry and startup partners who are present here, Mr. Gaurav Agarwal, co-founder and CTO of 1MG, Mr. Prashant Warrior, co-founder and CEO Cure AI, Mr. Nakul Jain, right here, sir, from Vadvani AI, Mr. Saurabh Malter from Adani Total Gas Limited, Mr. Deepak Amitabh, advisor from Adani Group, Mr. Viraj Tyagi, CEO E-Governance Foundation, Mr. Tanuj Mittal from Dassault Systems, Mr. Rajesh Gopalakrishnan from Murata Electronics, and Prakash Kumar, sir, from Vadvani Foundation. We look forward to working with you all, sir, during the course of this project. Over to you.
Thank you, Soumya ma'am, for the briefing. Now let's take a moment to watch a short movie that encapsulates the vision of this project, Make AI in India and Make AI Work for India. May I please request you to direct your attention to the screens.
पूरी दुनिया में आज टेक्नोलॉजी नए आयाम स्थापित कर रही है और इस बदलाव का सबसे बड़ा हिस्सा है एआई यानी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस। इसी दिशा में भारत के उच्च शिक्षण संस्थान भी माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में वैश्विक एआई क्रांति का नेतृत्व करने के लिए तैयार हो रहे हैं। आज तकनीक की ताकत और भारतीय नेतृत्व की बात हो तो आईआईटी, आईआईएससी, एम्स और एनआईटी जैसे प्रतिष्ठित तकनीकी शिक्षण संस्थान का नाम सबसे पहले आता है। ये संस्थान सिर्फ भविष्य निर्माता नहीं बल्कि भारत की तकनीकी क्रांति के असली नायक हैं। आज यहाँ के फैकल्टी और छात्र वास्तविक जीवन की चुनौतियों पर काम कर रहे हैं। यही नहीं, सरकार और उद्योगों के साथ मिलकर ग्रामीण और शहरी भारत की तस्वीर भी बदल रही हैं। इसका अगला कदम है एआई सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस, जहां एआई अब सिर्फ एक शब्द नहीं बल्कि आम नागरिक की आम समस्याओं का समाधान बन सकता है।
आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का विस्तार टेक्नोलॉजी के टूल से भी कहीं ज्यादा है। एआई हमारे नए भविष्य को गढ़ने का सबसे बड़ा आधार बन रही है। एआई की एक बहुत बड़ी ताकत है लोगों को कनेक्ट करने की उसकी क्षमता। एआई के सही इस्तेमाल से सिर्फ देश की आर्थिक प्रगति ही सुनिश्चित नहीं होती बल्कि ये समानता और सामाजिक न्याय को भी पक्का करता है।
प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के मार्गदर्शन में भारत सरकार ने 3 एआई सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस की स्थापना के लिए लगभग 1000 करोड़ रुपए का बजट आवंटित किया है। इन केंद्रों का उद्देश्य सिर्फ समस्याओं का समाधान करना नहीं बल्कि देश में स्टार्टअप्स को भी प्रोत्साहित करना है। इस पूरी पहल में सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस का चयन और उनकी भविष्य में मेंटरिंग प्रमुख उद्योग विशेषज्ञ कर रहे हैं। स्वास्थ्य क्षेत्र में एम्स दिल्ली और आईआईटी दिल्ली के नेतृत्व में एआई CoE स्वास्थ्य से जुड़े एआई प्रोजेक्ट्स पर काम करेगा। इसका उद्देश्य ये सुनिश्चित करना है कि देश के हर नागरिक यहां तक कि दूर दराज के गांवों में भी उच्चतम गुणवत्ता वाली स्वास्थ्य सेवाएं मिल सके। आईआईटी रोपर के नेतृत्व में एआई CoE सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस कृषि क्षेत्र में एआई परियोजनाओं पर कार्य करते हुए किसानों की उपजाऊ भूमि की गुणवत्ता सुधारने के लिए कई उन्नत तकनीकों का विकास करेगा। ये न केवल कृषि उत्पादन को बढ़ावा देगा बल्कि अन्नदाताओं की आजीविका में भी सुधार लाने में मददगार साबित होगा। आईआईटी कानपुर के नेतृत्व में एआई CoE सस्टेनेबल सिटीज में एआई प्रोजेक्ट्स पर काम करते हुए शहरों के वायु प्रदूषण पर नियंत्रण करने की दिशा में प्रयास करेगा। साथ ही ऊर्जा प्रबंधन के स्मार्ट मैनेजमेंट और बाढ़ प्रभावित शहरों की समस्याओं का पूर्वानुमान लगाकर उनके समाधान की ओर अग्रसर होगा। भारत एआई के क्षेत्र में नई ऊंचाइयों को छू रहा है। अब हमारे उच्च शिक्षण संस्थान स्टार्टअप्स की जन्मभूमि और पृष्ठभूमि बन गए हैं, जहां प्रोफेसर और छात्र मिलकर जॉब क्रिएशन, राष्ट्र निर्माण और विकसित भारत के लक्ष्य की प्राप्ति के लिए कार्य कर रही हैं। ये सिर्फ मेक एआई इन इंडिया नहीं है, बल्कि मेक एआई वर्क फॉर इंडिया भी है।
That was an inspiring video. We now move on to our first CoE presentation. I invite Dr. Kritika Rangarajan from AIIMS Delhi and Professor Chetan Arora from IIT Delhi onto the stage for a brief presentation on AI in healthcare and what the CoE in health will achieve for the country. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. So if I had to ask all of you in the audience to think of one picture when I say healthcare in India, what would this picture be? Would it be of serpentine queues in government hospitals? Would it be of hallways full of patients thronging these hallways, waiting to meet their doctor for hours on end? Would it be of a hassled doctor who has to look at 500 pages of your reports, along with the other 200 patients who are waiting for him? Or would it be illegible prescriptions who nobody really can understand except your chemist? My friends, AI is here to transform healthcare in India. The delivery of healthcare in India will now be by a device which actually fits into your pocket. Delivery of healthcare will be by a device which you wear on your wrists, which you wear in your spectacles, which you wear in your ears. And all this will constantly monitor your health and make sure you're healthy. Delivery of healthcare will be by an ASHA worker, but this time she will be guided to make an accurate diagnosis. And when you do have to meet your human doctor, she'll have the time to look into your eyes, empathize with you, and explain what's wrong with you, because all the scult work will be taken care of. The most important tool in the armamentarium of a doctor today, in fact tomorrow, is not a drug. It's not a software, it's not a medical device. It's not a surgical procedure. In fact, it is artificial intelligence. And to make sure that the benefits of AI actually reach far and wide, reach all corners of the country and reach out to as many patients as possible, in our Center of Excellence, we started with the Healthcare National Programs. India already has a very extensive health infrastructure, and we thought we should use this infrastructure and integrate within this so that we reach out to the most important problems, healthcare problems of the country. This includes cancer screening of common cancers such as breast and oral cavity, and we already showed some of the POCs in our phase 1 on breast cancer. Chronic disorder management, where our team has shown how our solution for diabetes and hypertension can actually integrate into the existing healthcare program of the country. Common disorders of visual impairment, such as cataract, corneal opacity, and we showed the effect of triaging for diabetic retinopathy in phase 1. This includes common infectious disorders, antimicrobial resistance, maternal and child health. So in order to make all of this really a reality, we have come together as one consortium. I am Kritika Rangarajan. I'm an associate professor of radiology in AIIMS Delhi.
Thanks, Kritika. So I'm Chetan. I'm faculty at IIT Delhi. So I'll talk about briefly our implementation strategy here. So our implementation strategy focuses on two aspects, upscaling and upskilling. As part of the upscaling, we wish to leverage AI to scale up the healthcare services in India, to make it pan-India, to include marginalized society, to include the remote societies also. So for that, we are building a platform which will enable seamless integration of multiple AI applications. We have demonstrated some applications in phase 1, and as Dr. Kritika mentioned, we are ready to integrate many more applications into this. We are aware that in many places in India, the internet connection is sparsely available. So because of that, this platform will be able to do all the processing locally without utilizing any internet connection. For the places where the internet connection is readily available, these services will be available through the cloud as well as through the mobile phones. I would like to note that the three solution strategies together will be able to host not only the application that we will build within the COI, but we will also be able to incorporate many applications that will come from the government sector as well as the private sector. So in a way, we see this infrastructure as building an AI infrastructure in health built by the CoE. On the upskilling part, we would like to enhance the effectiveness of our healthcare manforce. So I would like to take an example from our work in the gallbladder cancer. The gallbladder cancer is a very India-specific cancer with high prevalence in the northern and eastern part of the country. And I would like to highlight here the accuracy that one can get with the human way, and you can see here that there is a likelihood of the miss rate which is up to 30%. With an AI-based solution, which is on the last row of this table, you can say we can make this miss rate drop to up to 3%, thus increasing the effectiveness of our healthcare manforce. India has benefited a lot through its DPI. We call it UPI, we call it Aadhaar. So hence, in this CoE also, we wish to use AI integrated with the existing digital infrastructure, ABDM, NHC, and all. Through this, we will not only be collecting the data, but we will also be processing the data real time for the diagnosis and the disease management suggestion. And through this mechanism, we'll be able to enhance the effectiveness. We'll have the multiplier effect on the effectiveness on the DPIs. So we call it not the DPI plus AI, but DPI to the power AI. In summary, we would like to leverage the strength of our institution in conducting the cutting-edge research in the area of the social good. We would like to generate digital public goods. We'll do clinical deployments. We'll support our industry. We'll do the training of the manpower in the critical AI health area. We'll also be supporting the national health programs through the various AI applications that we will build. And this will all be done through the help of our consortium partner and the industry. The data that we will be using will be collected in India. The models will be homegrown, developed at the technical institutes, and we'll be validating it in the Indian context for the Indian problem. So at this CoE, we are committed to make AI in India, work for India, and also transform India to a Viksit and healthy Bharat. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I will now request Shri Nadamuni ji and Shri Rajan Anandan ji for their comments and their experience so far on the potentiality of the AI CoE in health. Sir, you may please use the mics on your table.
Hello. Yeah. Well, I truly believe Kritika and Chetan talked about the several uses. We can, I think, transform healthcare in India with the help of technology, digital technology, and specifically AI. My own personal experiences of creating ICUs in government hospitals across the country, in about 10 states we've been creating. The biggest shortage, sir, is we don't have specialists. Doctors in the small towns and villages, especially during COVID, we saw big problems. And how do you solve the problem? People are not willing to go and live in villages and so on. I think AI has a huge potential in actually delivering healthcare to the poorest in our small towns and villages through our government hospitals. We are seeing that today, right? So the many use cases that they talked about, can we detect breast cancer? Can we detect oral cancers? India has a huge burden of these cancers. Can we detect tuberculosis, diabetic retinopathy, and so on at the village level? It's one thing to do it at AIIMS Delhi or to do it in Bombay or Bangalore and so on. But can you do it in the village when our people are afflicted? With AI, those X-rays, those images from smartphones even, can go to the AI cloud deployment and respond with an accurate diagnosis to the poorest Indian. So it is completely transformational that these things can happen. Are these models working? Already the POCs they have done, and they have shown us in the last 6 months, is showing that these are not only working, but they're also quite accurate. All of detection of cancers, detection of TB and other diseases. And lastly, what I would say is, as the CTO of the Aadhaar project in 2009, the approach we took for Aadhaar was it should be digital, it should work online. No more of these cards and booklets which are not portable across the country. And that served us in understanding digital public infrastructure at entire population level for the country. So if we can, and of course, based on that playbook, so many others, the UPI, the CoE, DigiLocker, DigiYatra, and other systems of DPI have helped an inclusive growth across the country. If we can take the same approach or the DPI approach for these AI centers of excellence, I think we can transform hospitals and healthcare and every nook and corner of the country. Thank you.
May I request Shri Rajanandan sir for his comments.
Honorable Minister, Secretary, first and foremost, I think on behalf of India, thank you. I think what you're announcing today, what was initiated many months ago, which is to create these 3 centers of excellence, and also fund them at a level where they can do truly breakthrough work, is transformational, right? And so I think I'm not very involved with the Indian academic communities, given, I was at Google and then now I'm an investor. But I've always felt that we have the best researchers on planet Earth. Why aren't they producing the most advanced technology on planet Earth? And I think what we've embarked on today, which is to have centers of excellence, to give each of them meaningful capital, right, and missions to be able to go solve, is truly transformational. So I want to, thank both of you, but also the entire team that has been working on this. Second thing I want to say is, over the course of the last 6 months, because I don't get to spend as much time with academic communities, I got a sense of talent. What I can tell you, Minister, is for a living, I invest in companies. I would invest in every single academic leader that I've met. That is the caliber of the talent that we have. So if you look at the talent, you empower them with capital and focus missions, I think we're going to see extraordinary results come out of it. I think the last thing I would say is, it became very clear as we were listening to each of the teams that proposed, that were doing research work, is India has a right to be number 1 when it comes to these areas, healthcare, agriculture, sustainable cities, in AI. Because, number 1, we have more data than anybody else in the world, right? Pick your favorite disease in healthcare. We have more people, more patients, right? Data is at the heart of what AI is. Number 2, we have terrific talent. And I think thanks to this centers of excellence that you're setting up, as well as other Government of India initiatives, like the AI mission, which will make compute more affordable, we have the ability over in a short period of time, 2, 3, 4 years, really to go from sort of where we are to being world-class in AI. And I think the last thing I'd say is, I completely agree with Srikanth. Over the next 10 to 15 years, India can go from where we are to having the most advanced healthcare systems on planet Earth. I want to end with this. In 2014, which is only 10 years ago, India was not in the top 100 countries in the world on digital payments. I looked at this, remember, 2014, Paytm launched, and I was looking at, where is India on digital payments? Not in the 100 countries. 180 countries in the world, top 100 countries, India wasn't on the list. Today, India has 48% of real-time digital payments. A decade from not being on the list to being number 1. And I think in many areas, including healthcare, we have this exact same opportunity. I think we'll be sitting here in 2034, which is a decade from now. I know that's a little longer than the horizon of the centers of excellence. There's no question in my mind, we will be number 1. So thank you for all the amazing work that you're doing.
Thank you for your insights, sir. I thank the Apex Committee members for their comments. Next, we focus on the agriculture sector. Please welcome Professor Rajiv Ahuja, IIT Ropar, and Professor Pushpendra to share the vision on AI in agriculture and what promise does the CoE of agriculture hold for the country. Over to you, sir.
So thank you, and good afternoon to everyone, and especially Dharmendra Pradhan ji, sir. मैंने सोचा है कि कुछ थोड़ा हिंदी में बोला जाए भाई है ना. जब एग्रीकल्चर की बात करते हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन इज लिविंग जो है कंट्री साइड में रहती है, तो हम खाने की बात करते हैं, फार्मर्स की बात करते हैं, तो वी हैव टू स्पीक इन इंग्लिश सो दे कैन आल्सो गेट द मैसेज व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग हियर. सो फूड इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. वॉट एवर वी डू, हम जो भी करते हैं सब खाने के लिए ही करते हैं. तो खाना इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, and that what IIT Ropar is going to work on it. जब हम बात करते हैं ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन की, तो ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन तो पंजाब से ही स्टार्ट हुआ था. So now revolution in agri-tech will also start from Punjab itself, that is IIT Ropar. So IIT Ropar will lead this sector. Why IIT Ropar? IIT Ropar जो है is not a older IIT. हम एक young IIT हैं and one of the fastest growing IIT हैं. When young minds meets, they deliver. And we are going to deliver. So this is our promises. Being a younger IIT, we will deliver it. And thanks for the committee for the trust they put in us. So we have now under the pressure also. So our mission is quality food for everyone. अच्छा खाना सबको देना है, वो हमारा मिशन है. और कैसे हम अपने पैदावार को बढ़ाना है, हमारे जो फार्मर्स की इनकम को कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं, हाउ वी कैन यूज़ टेक्नोलॉजी एंड वी कैन. और सबसे अच्छी बात है कि अभी हम जब इसका अनाउंसमेंट हो रहा है, एंड इट्स माई सेल्फ कमिंग फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम इन स्वीडन, कि 8 अक्टूबर को इस साल का जो फिजिक्स में जो नोबेल प्राइज अनाउंस हुआ है, दैट इज़ फॉर AI एंड मशीन लर्निंग. एंड वी आर ऑन द राइट पाथ. People has recognized what AI can do, and we are already on the board. And we want to be leader in the world in AI, and we can deliver it also. और agriculture में we want to be number 1 country. हम food security की बात करते हैं, and we want to secure the food for everyone. So इससे ज़्यादा मैं कुछ और नहीं बोलूँगा, and now I will give mic to the Pushpel.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Considering the time that we have got, and my director already spoke the gist of it, I will be quick, and I really hope that I will be able to pass the message to all of you. As we understand, the global population, as we say, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, is going to be 9.7 billion by 2050. To feed this growing population, we need 70% more food. What is the magic to grow 70% more food that we grow today? We globally waste 30% food, and we waste 40% food in India post-harvest. By year 2040, as we talk, the urban population will be 55% and the rural population will be 45%. These 3 numbers we wanted to share with you for reasons. We need more food. We don't want to waste any. And our land that can grow food is decreasing. And therefore, the key is technological intervention, which includes the cyber physical systems, because we want to create the data for the nation, and then our own data, structured data for the country, can have the best AI solutions, because we are not taking data from anybody else. The key, produce more, waste less or nothing, without compromising on biodiversity and environment. I want to also give you a number. हमारी जो जमीन उगा सकती है, उतना हम उगा नहीं पा रहे. We are growing 50% of what Indian soil is capable of. This is the recent report published WWF, and it says India grows only 50% of what its capability and potential is. We need to achieve the crop yield of Europe and US. I want to give you one more number, again coming from the same report. The number of earth needed, कितनी जमीन चाहिए to feed the 10 billion people by 2050. और वो तरीके क्या है? If we go the way India grow, India consume, we need only 0.84 earth. If we go the way Argentina consume and grow, we need 7.42 earth from where we will bring so many Prithvi. Not possible. What we can do, one thing that we understand, we have to waste less, and the way by which we need to consume and grow is the Indian way. Nature positive agriculture practices. We have to respect what nature gives us, the biodiversity. This is how our CoE is going to look like. There are many verticals, I'm not going into the detail of it. There will be horizontals like agriculture, IoT, cyber physical system, data, extremely important. AI, machine learning, tiny machine learning, again a horizontal. We are not forgetting the human resource development in this. We have to create 10,000 AI professionals by 2030 in country for agriculture, so that we can contribute India's vision to become a leading player in AI and make AI work for India. Now I want to quickly summarize some of the projects that we have demonstrated during the tenure of last 6 months. We talk about pollination. हम सभी जानते हैं पॉलिनेशन के बिना खेती नहीं हो सकती. अगर आज हम पॉलिनेशन पे ध्यान नहीं देंगे तो कल हमें एक मिशन लॉन्च करना पड़ेगा, उसका नाम होगा आर्टिफिशियल पॉलिनेशन. वी हैव 50%, to be precise 41% decline in insect biodiversity globally. What I have used to see the insects on farms during the day when I was a child, I don't see those insects anymore. They are the pollinators. If we don't pollinate the crop to the 100% potential, we cannot expect 100% yield. Therefore, if I give you a quick example moving ahead, अगर हम प्याज के खेत में 8 कॉलोनी बीज की लगा दें तो हमारा yield 152% बढ़ जाता है. 152% yield increases. I'm not talking about fertilizer. I'm talking about putting the bees. And bees, what they can give us? They can give us honey, they can give pollen, they can give pollination. That means I'm not increasing the income of the farmer by telling him or her that increase the fertilizer. I'm telling them put the bees, and we will help how to optimize the beekeeping parameters. This will have inbuilt weather data collection with geotagging. And this data will help India also to predict the micro weather insights if we succeed. The other project that we have done in this case, भैंस के केस में, जब हम भैंस के बारे में बात करते हैं, 3-4 ही कंट्री ऐसे हैं जहां भैंस होती है. India has close to 73% population buffalo, of the world population of the buffaloes. Sir, 30% buffalo, 30% buffaloes produce 50% of milk, which is of very high quality. Mozzarella or any kind of cheese that you create is a high quality. But we do not understand buffalo at all. How they behave, what are their cycles, whether we are missing their heat cycle. If a farmer miss the heat cycle in buffalo, 2 महीने बाद उसका नंबर आएगा. मतलब 2 महीने का उसने मिल्क का प्रोड्यूस खो दिया. मेरे पास पूरे देश में हाई क्वालिटी ओनली 500 बुल हैं जो दे आर ऑल्सो सीमन स्ट्रेस्ड. हाउ वी कैन डू द गुड मैच मेकिंग and how we can provide farmers the insight using artificial intelligence. That's what we are going to do. Artificial intelligence is going to help farmers to understand. We have created devices at IIT Ropar with the help of our partner, that is Central Institute of Research on Buffaloes, the only research institute in the country on buffaloes. This device, as you see, 300 buffaloes can be connected with one device. Individually, it can also connect with Bluetooth. Farmer can see this is on heat or not. Not only we are looking at the milk part that we take from animal, we are giving the animal. We are talking about disease detection. We are talking about feed intake optimization. We are talking about animal stress management. We are saying animals are also our friends, and they should also have a smart watch with them. The third thing that we are going to do, enhance the agriculture productivity by optimizing the fertilizer intake. I want to share with this gathering that we do not use fertilizer the way Germany uses, Switzerland uses. They use 10 times more fertilizer than us, but we have to understand that fertilizer ko hi kyun dushman banana hai? There are many other things in the agriculture that we have to correct. We have to understand how fertilizer should be used, and that is going to be helped using the data, the sensors, the artificial intelligence that we are going to implement. Yes, सारा का सारा तामझाम will be connected with one global system based on large language models, and we are calling it data-driven decision-making system for farmers. It is like, imagine, you go, you can buy grocery, you can buy mobile phone, you can buy chatai, you can buy whatever you want. So a farmer can actually understand what they want, whether they have to use fertilizer, which particular fertilizer, for what crop, what is the level of nitrogen, what is the level of phosphorus in the field, everything, because we will connect with high quality, large number of sensors, the farm. So we call it Uberization of agriculture. We are also connecting with what we call Yatra Tatra Sarvatra. Everywhere you can understand the farmer. I was saying that we are using potential of soil 50% only. Actually, we are using potential of mobile phone even 20%. The mobile phone that we carry in our pocket is very, very powerful. And what we have to do is now that give this powerful machine the right kind of possibilities so that my farmer can get connected and take decisions for themselves. These are our partners. The entire list is not here, but we have 9 NITs, 9 IITs, 5 international institutes, 6 government organizations, 22 ICR institutions. And I'm very proud to say that they are our partner for knowledge, because we, sitting at IIT, we do not understand agriculture much. When I got to learn from buffaloes, from the Buffalo Institute, I was surprised. So these are our partners, Dassault System, thank you, Tanaj, and our other partner, Murata. Bhasini, we will be integrating Bhasini in the entire. I want to thank the CEO of Bhasini. He has been very kind and helping us everywhere. Now, it will be bad if I don't close this presentation with an oath, that is Annam Nanindhyat. That means do not waste food. The key is that if we do not waste, we save that or we grow that 40%. That cell or that should be our bow today. So thank you very much. The quote comes from Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 3, verses 7. Thank you very much. We will see in the...
Thank you, sir, for that. Thank you, sir, for that thought-provoking presentation. I would request Dr. Praveen Pankajakshanji for his comments on the CoE in agriculture.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Respected Minister, respected Secretary and dignitaries here, also my respected committee members. It was really an honor and pleasure to be part of this committee, and more than anything else, we learned a lot from this exercise. You know, in fact, I don't know if I should say this, but we were part of the healthcare, sustainable cities, and agriculture, and each one of the work that was actually presented, proposed, was really incredible. So it was really heart moving to see some of the most difficult problems which were actually chosen. What I wanted to also mention is, and a lot of it has already been covered by Dr. Pushpendra and also by Dr. Ahuja, but I just want to insist on the fact that agriculture has a very important piece, also with respect to our health and also with healthy living, right? So it's integrated together. One of the things that actually I noticed after seeing the multiple proposals is that there is a lot of, obviously, linkages between the systems which were developed in healthcare, sustainable cities, living, and also agriculture. So after we move out from this particular meeting, one request which I have and more of a prayer is that we continue working together, not as 3 separate CoEs, but together, and I see that there is a lot of already consortium partnership. And a little bit also regarding the agriculture aspect itself is that, and Pushpenji has already talked about it, is that this time we wanted to do something very different, right? And we have touched upon all the important elements, like livestock is there, even pollinators, right? Honeybees, which, is often left out for. And it's so critical. I have been in the farms, and I was joking with the IIT Roper team, I have 2 honeybee beehives in which I set up also, And, I went only a couple of days back to check on the honeybee, and I had one beehive which had actually had what we call as a honeybee collapse, So I had only one working beehive, So it's very critical to understand the health of what is actually causing this pollinator to be successful, if I may say so, and also what leads them to be there is failures also. So that's not like a very well understood problem even in our Indian context, So it's not just looking at AI, but how these can actually influence various different elements which are part of agriculture, right? So really looking at it not in silos, but really as an integrated system. And that's what the next generation of agriculture will go into, is a holistic and integrated agricultural management. So everything from soil, so that's why the NutriSense came. Soil is very important, livestock is important, honeybees are important, and what is growing in the crops, So maybe, I would ask the team also to stretch the boundaries a little bit further, even integrate knowledge. We have so much of traditional agricultural knowledge, so it's possible to, with the current tools, large language models are becoming more multimodal, and, symbolic AI is also becoming very popular. So, we would like to at some point see that also happening, right? So integration of traditional knowledge of agriculture, healthcare into these systems, right? So I think the sky is the limit, or even the space is the limit. So I just would like to finish off with just one humble prayer is just for a few minutes, if we can all at this moment sit together and also connect, with each other, because there is so much of brain power in this room, so much of research that's going on in research institutes which I visited. It's incredible. What if we all work together, forgetting the differences that we might have, but working together as a team, There's so much incredible that we can do for all of these three sectors, So, so whenever you have time, take a pause and, let's connect together and pray for the success of this particular mission. It's an important mission for India, for the country. So with that, I'll just stop here, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very valuable comments. Our final presentation for the day will be on the sustainable cities sector. Let's welcome Professor Sachidanand Tripathi, sir, from IIT Kanpur, to the stage for presentation on AI in sustainable cities and how the CoE aims to transform our Indian cities.
Thank you, Honorable Minister and other dignitaries on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, my sincere thanks to Ministry of Education for giving us this opportunity to present the work and what is the overall kind of future forward for this CoE on sustainable cities. As you see, it is led by IIT Kanpur, and we have who's who as partner from academia, academic institutions in the country and from abroad. And we also have some very strong industry partners, as you see in Adani Total Gas, Adani Power, Tata Consulting Services, eGov Foundation, Bosch, and of course many others. And I must add also that in academic partners, we have Indian Institute of Science, IIT Gandhinagar, Triple IIT Delhi, IIT Hyderabad, and NIT Calicut. And our consortium is named after Eravat, which is the auspicious elephant on which, Lord Indra used to ride. So basically, there are a couple of verticals if you try to, explain how this CoE is going to work. And one of them is the monitoring and sensing is going to be an important part of this CoE. And our theory of change is that we can change what we can monitor well. And that is where we are going to apply this theory in the area of air quality. We all know currently what our cities or even the rural areas are facing in terms of air quality. And we are going to try basically a suite of data from variety of platforms, be it low-cost sensors, which we are going to of course, fabricate, produce in-house, indigenously, which will be the first in the country. We are going to use satellite imagery, drone, and also wearable sensors and other things, which can give data in a crowdsourced way from every nook and corner of the country, and thereby we can be able to create these hyper-local hotspots of air pollution across the country. And therefore, we can use AI to develop new applications, new tools, new programs, which will be able to identify the sources, which we call dynamic hypersource apportionment, very unique, very novel, and then thereby that can give the information to the regulators and policy makers to go after these sources and plug them. These suite of data and ideas we are also going to apply to detect fault, cracks in large structure, maybe bridges, buildings, etc., so that one can avoid any catastrophic failure or any such things in these structures. So that's the second idea we are going to work as a part of monitoring and sensing. Our next, you can say, the idea is to use AI and the data for planning. We know our cities, city roads are full of traffic, and many times our common commuters are not able to use or make full use of even systems like metros because of the lack of last mile connectivity. One of our partners actually has used a very interesting, you can say, app, a system, which provides a full information by just logging on to that app. For example, you want to move from this place to, let's say, any place 15 kilometers in Delhi, and you want to use a multimodal transport, starting with a taxi or a cab or an auto rickshaw and then metro and so on and so forth. And what you see on the left, this app, which is already deployed in Pune and Delhi and is being used by few lakhs of commuters, would be able to enable you to get this information just like this. And you can save time, and you can also do all the ticketing by using this app. That's one part of it. The second part, which is being developed by our collaborators from IISc, our partners, IISc partners, is basically to develop digital twin, which can provide the traffic forecast much advanced in time. That is what they have done over Bangalore city, working in collaboration with the Bangalore police. They have access to all the camera feed from Bangalore, and this can actually help us and take us beyond what the current Google Maps do, because this also allows you, not only with giving you what is the traffic situation, but it also helps you to try or do experimentations with the what-if analysis. That is, let's say if you want to create a diversion, or you want to bring a new metro, you want to create a new corridor, how do you do where you maximize the utility with the minimum inconvenience to the people? So these are kind of things what we are going to make use of the data which are available, or we may add new things to create more data and also then power it with AI. The third part of that is basically using it for scheduling. So you know that there are many applications where scheduling is very important, be it, let's say, routing of the trucks which supply the LPG or PNG to the household, to the commercial areas. And it's very important that the routes of these trucks are optimized. Here we are working with the Adani Total Gas, and some of our solutions are appreciated by them greatly. We are also going to apply it for network optimization. For example, smart microgrids kind of applications are being developed by IIT Gandhinagar. We are also looking for basically having a system that can give us ideas about the fault in advance, and also can help AI to somewhat avoid this fault or fix them in real time. And that's where it will find a lot of use with Adani Power and many other government PSUs, where giving the electricity or power to the household in time is a crucial thing that helps reducing the power loss, and also can maximize the power delivery, power transmission to the people. And finally, all of that can help us a massive upskilling by employing the people who will work as a part of the CoE, which we anticipate would be hundreds in numbers, and then through the ripple effect that the startup and others who would work, and then they can take it forward to make it hopefully thousands, as the number was coined that end of these CoEs we might have tens of thousands people who are skilled in AI in future. And finally, we are also trying to make use of the data which is streaming from a variety of sources, which we call omni-channel data, and try to plug into a single platform so that all these data that can be sorted out with the most advanced sorting algorithms, and then that can be made available to both the governments at the city level and also the people equally, that they can make use of it for both, let's say, a simple problem like a grievance or something where a vendor is looking for uploading a tender. All these things can be sorted out by clicking a single button. That is what we are trying to look for. And there our partners are Gandhinagar, IT Gandhinagar, IT Hyderabad, Tata Consulting Services, etc. So finally, if you look that this consortium is 100% indigenous by design. Most of the models applications are all developed in-house. Some places where we are using open source, we are also looking for modifying it, making it better, and eventually it will all be part of our own CoE. And finally, if you look that its impact goes across the cities, hopefully it would have a positive impact over crores of people, our citizens in the country. It should be able to generate enough intellectual properties that should be able to accrue certainly a good amount of revenue for the CoE to make it sustainable. So again, thank you to Ministry of Education for giving us this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for that presentation. I would request Shri Anil Sahasrabudhe ji for his valuable comments on the CoE of sustainable cities and the future it may hold.
I think it's a very exciting moment that 3 centers of excellence are being started. And the last one, which is about sustainability and sustainable cities, is very relevant with the urbanization that is happening continuously. We see lots of problems happening on the road, whether it is traffic jams, sometimes some bridges collapse. So therefore, monitoring of all of this data continuously and then take precautionary measures is very important. And that's why this Sustainable Cities program is going to be benefited by Artificial Intelligence Center. It's also related with other issues. I was just listening to other speakers. So we are all aware about the India Digital Stack, DPI, and the UPI through which our economy started growing, and 48% of the digital transactions are happening through that. Similarly, like UPI, UHI, we have USI and UAI. All of these are going to be very relevant and important in the context of using AI in all of these services. Similarly, we should not forget education. We have created a unique APAR ID, and through that academic bank of credits, all of these centers of excellence can also float courses which will train our students both in skilling, upskilling, and also their graduation program. Some of those credits can be earned, but otherwise, they will all become useful manpower, not only for our country, but for the whole world. And so, possibly, through these centers of excellence, especially the 3 of them which are started, we will probably become the global AI capital. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, moving forward in the program, we will now hear from Dr. Sridhar Vembu, sir, co-chair of the Apex Committee. Please give him a warm welcome as he shares his thoughts with us.
So, first of all, it was a real honor to serve on this committee. It was, I learned a lot myself. As Rajan said, I would love to invest in a lot of these efforts. Myself, I saw so many good ideas come out of it. I thought we should invest in this. And so that was the moment of seeing so much talent. And we had 3 topics. Of course, I call it health of our villages, health of our cities, and health of our people. That's how I put it holistically. And so health of our farmers, of course, our farms, and bees and buffaloes. In both topic I wrestle with in our farm right now. We had attempted beekeeping and it wasn't successful, so we are going to need help. And we have buffaloes. They can be more productive. So these are real problems in villages, milk production and because for our growing population, and we need a lot more milk. I can tell you there is a lot of protein deficiency still in our villages. So for that, the animal health is so important, buffalo health is so important. And then I heard about the health of our cities, the sustainable cities, better transportation, and much better traffic handling, all of that. And then finally we saw the healthcare AI. All of these, the key is how we are applying most advanced technology to solve critical problems for us. And that already we saw in India. We can be proud of our DPI stack. I saw the DPI to the power of AI, and it's a very beautiful way to put it. Now we are using our data, applying it to learn, to teach AI, to help us better. And I want to mention to holistically form, focus on the health of our villages, our cities, our people. One more thing need is we have to learn to keep our own talent here. That's vital. In fact, I saw so much talent in all of these institutions. My first thought is we have to keep them here, keep them in the next 10 years, 20 years to serve our country, solve our problems. And that's where these centers of excellence are going to matter, because we are going to bootstrap a lot of efforts. We are going to create companies. We are going to nurture the talent, and we are going to create opportunities so that our talent can stay home. That is vital because the challenges are immense. The talent pool here is also huge. We can meet those challenges. We can really address those challenges, but only if we can keep the talent and nurture the talent. That's why I believe these centers of excellence are so important. And the fact that we have provisioned with substantial funding, with the right model, and there is very, very sharp people in charge. I saw a really good presentation, really good demonstrations, all of that. We saw all of that. So I wish all of them very well. And we hope to also, with Rajan said, invest in a lot of these efforts. Thank you. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Dr. Vembu, sir, for those encouraging words. We now have the honor of hearing from our Secretary Higher Education, Shri Sanjay Murthy ji. Please join me in welcoming him.
Honorable Education Minister, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Shri Sridhar Vembu ji, the co-chair for the Apex Committee members on the dais, media, esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests and friends. It is absolute honor to be present today to witness the handing over of the letter of intent to the 3 Center of Excellences in Health, Agriculture and Sustainable Cities. There are just a couple of points that I would like to highlight today to the institutions which will lead these initiatives. One is that these Center of Excellences are not institution-based, they are for the country. This is an institution which will serve the entire country in that sector. It is not an individual, or it is not an institution which will drive this entire interdisciplinary effort. You would realize that this issue of interdisciplinary research was quite complex. It was only one-to-one. I knew one professor of another institution and that used to happen. But what we are doing today is something which is going beyond that. It goes beyond institutions. It goes right to the core of that subject, collaborating, working with all like-minded people in solving something that we are striving to solve. Unless we ensure that we are able to partner, ensure that we are able to be equal partners in this journey, we will not achieve the results that we are going to aspire for. Having said that, as the speakers had already mentioned, there is tremendous talent right across these institutions, and they're usually young and smart and hungry for some real good action of this work that is going on. We hope that you as leaders of these institutions will nurture this hunger, give them that opportunity to really flourish by giving that small piece of project to really shine in their ventures. We've got excellent feedback from the Apex Committee members. Can't be really more satisfied for the time that they gave us. Just to tell you a little bit, it was so important that they reposed so much of faith in the ideas that were presented, the talent that was there, and as Mr. Vembu had mentioned, it is the need of the hour to attract them and keep them in this country. And I'm sure that these Center of Excellences will provide that avenue to ensure that they really do and shine in their expertise. The other great initiative that this project has initiated was that these have all come through learnings from our educational institutions. This competitive-based challenge method of working together was started off by IIT Madras in their Institute of Eminence scheme. There itself, they ensured a challenge that all of them work towards a common problem, be it sustainability and so on and so forth. That is those same learnings we have brought forward here to ensure that institutions combine and work together in this endeavor. This would not be possible unless we have a guided path towards it. If Agriculture Ministry through the ICAR will provide us leadership on that domain, we would have. AIMS, Delhi leading from the front in the health domain. Unless we have these domain expertise within these folds of Center of Excellences, we will not be able to achieve the results that we are hoping for. And the more prouder moment for us and the entire team in the Education Ministry led by Soumya in this particular work was to bring people together, get the best people together and work towards this common goal. There would be many difficulties going around, and I say that with a little bit of knowledge for what has happened after this entire exercise was done. But I think these are just small road bumps that we need to cross along the way. We've got great leadership in our directors who I'm sure will lead this from the front to ensure that we succeed in our endeavors. And lastly, but not the least, I really need to acknowledge the Honorable Education Minister's leadership and vision in getting us this project through, right from the stage from inception when it came into the budget speech, and later on when this was being discussed as to how should it be housed in an education institution or in any other ministry. We find that in the Education Ministry being housed here, we will be able to leverage many more academic institutions to ride on to this type of platform. We'll get the best of the minds which are there in all the other institutions to also join this entire endeavor. So thank you, sir, for your leadership and your guidance in making this through. And once again, thank all the Apex Committee members for their valuable time and support and advice along this journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words. We will now proceed to congratulate the teams of the 3 centers for excellence. I request our Honorable Minister, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Shri Sanjay Murthy ji, and Apex Committee Co-Chair, Dr. Sridhar Vembu sir, to hand the ceremonial plaque and the Kalp Vriksha to the teams. The Kalp Vriksha, or the wish-fulfilling tree, which came after immense effort of Sagar Manthan, symbolizes the tremendous effort that will be required to bring success to the CoEs. We hope the CoEs imbibe the qualities of the Kalp Vriksha in being eternal and prosper in their efforts to make AI work for India. Please welcome IIT Ropar team on stage to receive this honor. I now invite IIT Kanpur team on stage to accept the ceremonial plaque. Let's hear it for the CoE in Sustainable Cities. I now invite the AIMS Delhi and IIT Delhi team on stage to receive this honor from Honorable Minister, sir. Please welcome Director AIMS Delhi with us here today. I already said it now. Thank you. I once again congratulate all the teams and their consortium partners on being selected to lead the Centers of Excellence in AI. It is said that nothing ever grows without a seed, and nothing ever changes without a dream. Ladies and gentlemen, at this August gathering, it's now time to hear it from the person who planted the seed and envisioned the formation of the AI CoEs. It's my privilege to welcome the Honorable Minister onto the stage to address the gathering. Please join me in welcoming Honorable Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji for his address.
नमस्कार। इस मंच में उपस्थित भारत सरकार के शिक्षा सचिव आदरणीय संजय मूर्ति जी, हम सभी के बीच में अपेक्स कमेटी के प्रमुख भूमिका निभाने वाले आदरणीय श्रीधर बेम्बू जी, NETF के चेयरमैन आदरणीय अनिल सहस्रबुद्धे जी, अपेक्स कमेटी की आदरणीय सदस्य राजन आनंदन जी, श्रीकांत नदमुनि जी, डॉक्टर प्रवीण पंकजसन जी तथा इस कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित अलग अलग कंसोर्शियम की इंस्टीट्यूशन मेंबर्स, शिक्षा तथा चिकित्सा और टेक्नोलॉजी की दुनिया की कई आदरणीय महानुभव, पत्रकार साथीगण, पुष्पेंद्र जी, मैं आज सुबह भैंस की दही खा के आया हूं और मैं आपको आज कुछ ह्यूमन इंटेलिजेंस की बात कहता हूं। जब हम AI के भारत एक नई पैदान में पहुंचने का प्रवास करने का तय किया है, और मेरे लिए जैसे साधु संतों की सत्संग प्राप्ति करना एक सौभाग्य होता है, एक मंदिर की नींव रखना एक अत्यंत सौभाग्य की बात होता है। अभी आनंदन जी अपने एक अनुभव से एक आत्मविश्वास की स्टेटमेंट दिया कि एक डिकेड पहले भारत डिजिटल पेमेंट की इंडेक्स में कहीं नहीं था, आउटसाइड ऑफ 100 नंबर, सही था ना। और आज 10 साल के बाद हम दुनिया की 1 नंबर डिजिटल पेमेंट की पोजीशन पे है। और उसमें मेरे को श्रीकांत जी बता रहे थे, अमेरिका, यूरोप और चाइना, और बचा कौन है? तीनों की जितना सामूहिक कारोबार है डिजिटल की दुनिया में, भारत में उससे ज्यादा है। भारत के बारे में जब कहा जाता है, और मैं संयोग से कभी देश की ऑयल एंड नेचुरल गैस विभाग के दायित्व में रहा। 19वीं सेंचुरी की जियोपॉलिटिक्स ऑयल इकोनॉमी की इर्द गिर्द था। विश्व की राजनीति, विश्व की अर्थनीति और उससे प्रभावित समाज नीति एनर्जी के आसपास था। और ऑयल, द मोस्ट प्रीशियस कमोडिटी वाज ऑयल। उस समय में जब आगे हम न्यूज़पेपर वगैरह पढ़ते थे, कोई अच्छे आर्टिकल पढ़ते थे, तब भारत में एक शब्द कॉइन हुआ, डाटा इज द न्यू ऑयल। और मेरे सौभाग्य है, मैं उस ऑयल से इस न्यू ऑयल तक पहुंच चुका हूं। और उस पेडेस्टल पे हम लोग खड़े हैं, इस पेडेस्टल में खड़े हैं कि हम अपने क्रेडेंशियल ग्लोबल मार्केट में प्रूव कर चुके हैं। जब इस बार प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व में G20 की समिट हुई, वहां जो एग्जीबिशन लगा था, आप में से कई लोग उसकी पार्टिसिपेंट और डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली स्टेक होल्डर रहे होंगे। दुनिया के सभी पार्टिसिपेंट का एक ही आकर्षण था, भारत इस ऊंचाई को उपलब्धि कैसे किया। डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में डीपीआई बनाने में भारत इतने कम समय में, और जब मैं कम समय कहता हूं, मैं मेरे गृह राज्य के एक अनुभव बताता हूं, मैं उसका एक हिस्टोरिकल प्रोस्पेक्ट बताता हूं। 18वीं सेंचुरी में पहला औद्योगिक क्रांति हुई थी, 1760 टू 1840। लगभग 80 साल की इस जर्नी में हम कहां खड़े थे, भारत कहां खड़ा था? भारत तब शायद लूट रहा था। 1866 में तब हम गुलामी के अंदर थे। मेरे वाला इलाका यानी उड़ीसा, बिहार, बंगाल, ये बंगाल प्रोविंस के अंदर था। तब एक ग्रेट बंगाल फेमिन हुई थी। उस बंगाल फेमिन में उड़ीसा में ही केवल 1 मिलियन लोगों की जान गई थी। इतिहासकारों ने उसकी वर्णन किया है, उन दिनों में यूरोप में और विशेष करके इंग्लैंड में इंडस्ट्रियल रिवॉल्यूशन में पैसा डालने के लिए भारत के संसाधनों को अंग्रेजों ने लूटा था। दूसरे हमारे कोई हिस्सेदारी नहीं थे, हम तो एक्सप्लॉइटेड ग्रुप थे इंडस्ट्रियल रिवॉल्यूशन में। हमारी संसाधन पे दुनिया की संपन्नता आई थी। दूसरे औद्योगिक क्रांति 19वीं सेंचुरी में 1870 टू अर्ली 20th सेंचुरी तक हुई, तो हम लोग उसमें मजदूर की भूमिका में थे। वी पार्टिसिपेटेड ड्यूरिंग सेकेंड इंडस्ट्रियल रिवॉल्यूशन एज ए मियर वर्कफोर्स। और तीसरी औद्योगिक क्रांति में 1950 अनवर्ड जो चला, जो 20th सेंचुरी की मिड से चला, तब हम उसकी मैनेजर बने थे। लेकिन फोर्थ इंडस्ट्रियल रिवॉल्यूशन में भारत, डीपीआई एक एग्जाम्पल है। और आज मेरे इस टाइम लाइन को आप मार्क करके रखिए, आज हम लोग 15 अक्टूबर, दशहरा को ही काउंट कर लेते हैं, 21st सेंचुरी की तीसरी डिकाड के दशहरा में हम लोग इकट्ठा हुए हैं। दीपावली दशहरा के बीच में इकट्ठा हुए हैं। 10 साल में जो 3 आज हमने मंदिर बनाई, एग्रीकल्चर में, हेल्थ केयर में और सस्टेनेबल सिटीज में, ये दुनिया की पब्लिक पॉलिसी में, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में, इकोनॉमी में सॉल्यूशन गिवर होगा, ये मेरा पूरा विश्वास है। मैं आप सभी को इस अवसर पे बधाई देता हूं। विशेष करके मैं जो हमारे यंग रिसर्चर है उनकी आंखों की स्पार्क पड़ रहा था, इसमें क्या क्या चीज निकल के आएगा, क्या क्या चीज निकल के आएगा। कभी भारत की गांव को अगर पता चलेगा, लोग आज भारत में खेती छोड़ के शहरों में मजदूरी करने के लिए आ रहे हैं। जब उनको पता चलेगा उनकी प्रोड्यूस को ग्लोबली इतने बड़े मार्केट है, और एआई की डाटा उसको प्रूव कर रहा है। और हमारे गांव में खटाल में जो भैंस है उसकी अगर नंबर हम बढ़ाते हैं, उसकी अगर थोड़ा क्लीन और साइंटिफिक प्रोडक्शन इकोसिस्टम बनाते हैं, तब हमारी मिल्क प्रोडक्ट शायद साउथ अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज की न्यूट्रिशन की कंट्रीब्यूशन करेगा। भारत तो करेगा ही करेगा, अफ्रीकन देशों की भी न्यूट्रिशन की समाधान। तभी तो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो कहा कि हम वसुधैव कुटुंबकम को साकार करने के लिए विश्व बंधु की भूमिका निभानी है। ये आउटकम है G20 की। हम ग्लोबल साउथ की एनविजन कर रहे हैं। ग्लोबल साउथ में हमारी हमसे अपेक्षा क्या है दुनिया के देशों की, गरीब देशों की। आप ऐसे कुछ देखो, आज की दुनिया में जो बिजनेस मॉडल बना है, उस बिजनेस मॉडल में दुनिया के गरीबों की हक नहीं है। जो इनोवेशन, जो टेक्नोलॉजी, जो डिसरप्शन आई है, उसमें विश्व की गरीबों की कोई हिस्सेदारी नहीं है। भारत सदैव, हम तो विद्या को कभी कमर्शियलाइजेशन की दृष्टि से दिखाई नहीं, विद्यादानम श्रेष्ठ ऐसे हमने मानने वाले लोग हैं। आज जो नॉलेज परस्यूट आज हो रहा है, इसमें भारत की अर्थनीति, भारत की सामाजिक व्यवस्था, विशेष करके नई पीढ़ी को रोजगार दिलवाना, और एआई तो नया नया कल्पना लेके आ रहा है। उस कल्पना में हम यहीं बैठ के, मैं हेल्थ केयर की मॉडल को समझ रहा था। उस हेल्थ केयर मॉडल में आपने सही कहा कि हमारी हाथ में जो मोबाइल टेलीफोन है उसमें क्या फीचर है हमें भी मालूम नहीं है, अच्छे लोगों को मालूम नहीं है। लेकिन भारत में 100 करोड़ से ज्यादा स्मार्टफोन हो जाएगा। आज संजोग से मोबाइल कांग्रेस हो रहा है देश में, आज मोबाइल कांग्रेस हो रहा है। उस मोबाइल कांग्रेस में जो मोबाइल की रिवॉल्यूशन हुआ है देश में, और नए सस्ते अफोर्डेबल नए स्मार्टफोन आएंगे, उसमें चलेगा क्या? ये हम तीनों की मंदिर से निकलने वाले जो प्रसाद निकलेगा, लोक कल्याण की नया आयाम उसमें से जुड़ेगी। और इसके काम हमें कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं है कि इंडियन हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस, तो सेंट्रली फंडेड इंस्टीट्यूशन हो, स्टेट फंडेड इंस्टीट्यूशन हो, या फिलैंथ्रोपिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से चलने वाले जो इंस्टीट्यूशन हो, उसमें टैलेंट की कोई कमी नहीं है। आज हमारी आवश्यकता है, मैं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को फिर आज के अवसर पे देश की ओर से आभार प्रकट करता हूं। उन्होंने 2023-24 की फाइनेंशियल ईयर में, जब 23 फरवरी महीने में वित्त मंत्री जी ने बजट स्पीच दी थी, तब उन्होंने कहा था हम 1000 करोड़ रुपया की विनिमय में सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस इन 3 सेक्टर में बनाएंगे। जब हमारी टीम शिक्षा विभाग में बैठे, मेरे को पहला प्रेजेंटेशन दिए। आजकल तो नैक में थोड़ा इधर उधर हो जाने से 4 पैरवी आ जाता है। हमारी इंस्टीट्यूशन को क्यों छोड़ दिया आपने? तो मेरे मन में था कि ये ट्रांसपेरेंटली होगा कैसे, और विशेष करके विद्वानों में किसके पास ज्यादा बुद्धि है, इसको क्यों ना आकलन करेगा। ये बड़ा चैलेंज था। लेकिन मैं श्रीधर बेम्बू जी और उनकी पूरा टीम को आभार प्रकट करता हूं। हमारे डिपार्टमेंट के अधिकारियों को धन्यवाद देता हूं। संजय मूर्ति जी, सौम्या जी, विश्वजीत जी, सब कूल कीन लग के कम से कम हमारी समय में एक पारदर्शी तरीके से, और ये सिर्फ 6 इंस्टीट्यूशन नहीं है, 4 इंस्टीट्यूशन को आज हमने स्टेज पे बुलाया। एम्स दिल्ली, आईआईटी दिल्ली, कानपुर आईआईटी और रोपर आईआईटी, शायद इसके साथ मिलाएं तो अराउंड मोर देन 50 इंस्टीट्यूशन है। अब सब लोग उसकी स्पोक बन जाओगे। और उसमें मैं कैसे सपना देखता हूं, मेरे इंटरेस्ट क्या है, उसमें ये 3 सेंटर एक नई प्रकार की स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम को बनाएगी। ये सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस हजारों नई पीढ़ी की सामान्य लड़कों को बिलियनर बनाने के सपना दिखाएगी। मैं कुछ दिन पहले आईआईटी गांधीनगर की रिसर्च पार्क में गया था। मैं एक दिव्यांग भाई को वहां देखा, दिव्यांग यंगस्टर्स को वहां देखा। उन्होंने एआई की एक छोटी सी मॉडल हमको दिखाया था। उसमें खड़गपुर आईआईटी का वो स्टूडेंट था, रहने वाला पूर्वांचल के था, उत्तर प्रदेश की, शायद इलाहाबाद की तरफ का कहीं का था, लेकिन रिसर्च पार्क आईआईटी गांधीनगर में वो काम किया। उसकी प्रोडक्ट क्या था? यूजुअली हमारे देश में आज कोई इनोवेशन टेक्नोलॉजी की बात कहा जाएगा तो कोई मशीन टूल के बारे में और ज्यादा से ज्यादा कोई सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट के बारे में लोगों की सोच पहुंच पा रही है। उन्होंने एक मोबाइल फोन साइज की डिवाइस इनोवेट किया था। उस मशीन में कोई वेजिटेबल, कोई फ्रूट के ऊपर उसको थोड़ा स्कैनिंग करेंगे तो उसमें डाटा प्रोसेसिंग होकर उसको बताएगा उस फ्रूट की और वेजिटेबल की क्वालिटी क्या है। मैं उसको पूछा इसकी एप्लीकेशंस क्या होगा? बोले बड़े बड़े मंडियों में क्वालिटी और वेजिटेबल और फ्रूट्स को चेक करने के लिए ये एक प्रकार से मदद करेगी, टेस्टिंग करने के लिए मदद करेगी। मित्रों, हमारी देश में नई पीढ़ी के पास कल्पता की कभी कमी नहीं था। इसीलिए रिसर्च, इनोवेशन, नई टेक्नोलॉजी बनाना और अफोर्डेबिलिटी के साथ बनाना, लोक कल्याण के लिए बनाना, ये हमारे देश की परंपरा रही है, ये हमारी मिशन है। इसीलिए मैंने कहा कि मेरे लिए आज ये जो कार्यक्रम हो रहा है ये एक अत्यंत उच्च कोटि की संत समाजों की समागम जैसे मेरे लिए समान है। जेंटलमैन नोबेल लॉरेट की कॉन्फ्रेंस में इसको मानता हूं। ये आने वाले दिनों में विश्व की समस्याओं के समाधान निकालेगी। इसीलिए निकालेगी कि बाकी स्कैंडिनेवियन कंट्री कुछ इनोवेशन करते हैं, एक्सपेरिमेंट कहां करेंगे? मार्केट एक्सेसिबिलिटी कहां है? हमारी एम्स में जितने पेशेंट आते हैं शायद कई सारे यूरोपियन देश की टोटल पेशेंट की संख्या उतनी होगी। भले वो लैब से निकाल कुछ दे, लेकिन उसकी सक्सेसफुल क्लिनिकल एक्सपेरिमेंट कहां होगी? हमारी एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस में जो मेंटरशिप करने के लिए जो हैंड होल्डिंग करने वाले जो इकोसिस्टम है, दुनिया में कम जगह पे इस प्रकार के इकोसिस्टम है। हमारी देश में जो एक्सेसिबिलिटी ऑफ मार्केट है, तो साइज ऑफ मार्केट है, ये आने वाले कम से कम 50 साल के लिए भारत की एडवांटेज होकर रहेगा। जब कहा जाता है 21st सेंचुरी भारत की सेंचुरी होगी, नॉलेज बेस्ड सेंचुरी होगी, नॉलेज बेस्ड इकोनॉमी की सेंचुरी होगी, भारत इस प्रकार की इनिशिएटिव से न केवल खुद की समस्या का समाधान निकालेगा, विश्व के कल्याण की भी समाधान निकालेगा। मैं आज के अवसर पे सभी स्टेक होल्डर को, सभी पार्टिसिपेंट को बहुत बहुत आभार प्रकट करता हूं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद इस अच्छे कामों में जुड़ने के लिए। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir, for your continual guidance and inspiring words. As we approach the conclusion of our program, I invite on stage the Director of IIT Jammu, Professor Manoj Singh Gaur, sir, to deliver the vote of thanks. Please welcome Professor Gaur, sir, on stage. A huge round of applause.
distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the Ministry of Education for entrusting IIT Jammu with the responsibility of running AI CPMU for the flagship project. Your unwavering support, passion, and drive for outcome-based objectives are instrumental in shaping the AI CoE, which are being launched today. With the launch of these 3 CoE Center of Excellence, we are moving forward to match our expectations. This milestone is demonstrated of the collective vision, dedication, and hard work of countless individuals. This USP of the project has been bidding, followed by comparative multiple stage screening and selection. No prior model existed. It was a leap of faith for IIT Jammu at AIC CPMU. The expectations were high and still very high. AI are expected to be translational and transformational. We are grateful to the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji for his inspiring vision for Viksit Bharat. The ambitious goal has served as a guiding light and fueling our efforts for harnessing the power of AI for a Viksit Bharat. We would like to acknowledge and thank the individual contributions and inputs from our Honorable Minister of Education, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji. Your visionary leadership for conceiving the project and unwavering commitment has been pivotal for driving this flagship initiative. A special thanks goes out to Secretary, Ministry of Education, Shri Sanjay Murthy, whose strategic input and guidance has been a pillar of strength for shaping what we are doing today. We are deeply indebted to the members of the Apex Committee for their valuable mentoring and feedback. We have been very unreasonable in asking for a lot of your time with very short or almost no notice, but it has been refreshing to get unconditional support which has been shaping the structure and architecture of this project. I would like to express our sincere gratitude to the Joint Secretary MOE, Sushri Soumya Gupta ji, for her hand-holding and energetic drive towards perfection. Special thanks also to Prashant Agrawal, Nitesh, and other MOE staff for their presence throughout the process. We would like to acknowledge and thank 55 consortium directors and their faculty members and staff who developed the proposals against tough timelines. The level of expertise with innovative key ideas have been outstanding. I would like to acknowledge the exceptional work of our national and international reviewers, their scientific, technical expertise, and social impact feedback, which has been instrumental in refining, curating our process to ensure that these AI centers of excellence will have the lasting impact. I am deeply grateful to the CPMU and IIT Jammu staff for their tireless work and dedication. This project is a large-scale enterprise for any CPMU. What we started with, small internal team, young faculty and staff, project professionals, and of course, an aspirational institute. We had to match a stiff timeline. Our team of project professionals worked in the background for everything we see today. The strength came from unquestioning and support from MOE and the members of Apex Committee. Our team worked almost 7 days a week around deadlines without breaks. The experience and the expertise of Dr. Sanjeev, Dr. Kshitij as part of CPMU has served as mainframe support to the evolving mechanism. Thank you very much. Finally, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the Lalit Hotel, this venue, staff for their help and support in organizing this event at short notice. Their effort has been ensured that this occasion has become a memorable one. To all others who have been contributing to this project, your support and encouragement have been invaluable. As we look to the future, I am confident that these AI centers of excellence will play a vital role in driving AI innovation in times to come. We are sure that the CoEs will become role models for translational and fundamental AI research, leading to DPI and DPG. New India expects a lot from all of us, and the work starts now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all for your participation today. I request everyone to please proceed for lunch. Enjoy your meal, and thank you for being here with us today to celebrate the launch of the AI Centers of Excellence. Thank you very much.